All right, we're here at round one fight, and last episode we said that we would be doing orcs and Warhammer, and there's a slight change of plans. That will be episode 5.
Just a wee bit.
Episode 4 is going to be the Game Awards have come out with their nominations, so we're going to be talking about the Game Awards.
Because I love raging at these because they're usually the worst recommendations.
They're pretty bad.
Like when Fortnite was recommended and won a good chunk of a lot of categories one year.
Yeah, last year I think, or 2 years ago.
It was either 1 or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Fortnite's been out for 2 years already.
Oh
Jeez.
yeah, it was
Last
it was 2
year.
years ago because I was still living with you.
That's right.
Last year, Among Us. was
That's
out.
right.
I forgot about Among Us.
Which it shouldn't have been.
Even though it's been out for 2 years at that point.
Oh man. All right. So I'm Ty.
I'm Harlan.
I'm
Swift
Michael.
Maze.
One dollar.
Got a plug. Just because I got a tag and you don't mean shit.
You can listen to us on YouTube, Audible, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Amazon, and maybe, hopefully, Spotify. I honestly forgot the name.
That's fair.
I don't have it written down.
I'm going to plug my stuff at the end of the podcast.
Yes.
Like a generous human being,
So,
which I barely classify as.
we're gonna start with the Game Awards. We haven't seen most of these topics. I've seen so far just one. I've seen just fighting games. So this is mostly gonna be us reacting blind.
Let's go at it. I'm already like half blind, so let's get the full way down.
All right. Game of the Year. Game of the Year recognizes a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creativity and technical fields. A Plague Tale: Requiem. Elden Ring. God of War: Ragnarok.
This just came out.
Xenoblade Chronicles
Yeah.
3. Stray. And Horizon Forbidden West. Which, by the way, before I continue, let's just clear this one. Because the Game Awards happen in December every year,
Yeah.
the cutoff is like the middle of November. So it's like November 15th is the cutoff. Any game from before that to last year's November 15th is eligible. So
Okay. That's
games
like
that came out December of 21 are eligible for 22's Game Awards, not 21's. And the same is true for the later half of November.
I'm going to start out with, I think Elden Ring has a really good chance. That, out of all the titles I heard, with the exception of Ragnarok just coming out, so I feel like that game hasn't been explored enough to have a solid...
That's an issue with a lot of
Rate on
these. Yeah.
But Elden Ring, I can go back and replay that game really easily, because the open world feels nice, game controls feels nice. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the best Dark Souls game from that company, just because of how great it feels to play that game.
I would agree. Out of these, the one that stands out to me as being weird is Stray. The cat
Stray
one?
feels weird. So does
Which-
Horizon Forbidden
Forbidden
West.
West.
Only because I didn't hear anything after that.
Yeah,
game
I
released.
forgot it came out.
I did too.
Stray is a good game, but just comparing the quality, it's not a full price game. It's cheaper, and it's like a 20-hour experience compared to a lot of these that are 60, 70, 80 big massive stories. God of War, Elden Ring, Xenoblade 3.
I forgot Xenoblade, to be perfectly honest.
That's on here just for the Nintendo stands.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm still going to stand by. Ragnarok, good game. I picked it up during release. It's okay. I was surprised to see the swap up of character play that you do, but it still feels like a walking sim during a lot of the extra bits, which I'm probably halfway, maybe 3/4, or not 3/4, 1/3 through the game, and I just want to explore more, and I can't. And that's because they're still establishing that mechanic. But Elden Ring, I ended that game with a Faith build. Even though Faith is the worst build you can play, you're pretty much playing on hard mode when you build Faith in Elden Ring, because almost every enemy has negation to Faith, because they're all faith-based enemies most of the time. But it's great. I will say the only flaw was the sorcery is really buffed up, so that
Yeah.
probably ruined the experience for a lot of players. But it's still
I've heard that one.
lore-wise, it's amazing.
I think it's currently sitting at the highest reviews of all of the From Software games.
It's really good.
Oh, I know it is. I'm not surprised it's on here.
Yeah.
No,
I looked
and
back a month ago trying to think of what would be Game of the Year just when I was talking to someone, and I looked at a bunch of games. I'm like, oh, it's probably Elden Ring.
Yeah. People are waiting for that DLC, me being one of them, and I just can't wait to whip out my Guts Faith build because it's a fun build, just strength faith.
The only game a Plague Tale Requiem. I know the first one because this is not the first one, but I do not know. I do not know anything about this game.
It sounds just like the first, if slightly different.
Probably.
I think that's also suffers from walking sim because it's just puzzle building, but you're walking everywhere.
Do we want to try and predict what's gonna win?
Elden Ring. That's my vote because of just how.
Well, is that your
extraordinary reviews on it?
Is that your personal vote, or is that the game you think is gonna win outright?
Both.
Okay, I would agree on personal vote.
I think the only thing that could eclipse it would maybe be any new game that just came out because of hype.
I'm thinking Xenoblade 3 because of how many people just go, Nintendo!
Yeah, but at the same time, you also have the same amount of people go, Dark Souls!
That is also true. I would
at the
much
same time, you have
rather...
the same amount of people that go, God of War!
That's true, but God of War fans, I'm pretty sure, are tame.
In comparison to the two, yes.
Me being one of them, I will say, with the old rivalry between Xbox exclusive and that it was Halo versus God of War all the time. It's like, well, you just have some. I forget the excuse for Halo. It's like you have some dumb guy that goes in the game and maybe the game's good. Which I will say, 3 was good, World was good, and then I did not like Halo 4. And I played these. I personally played these, and it just didn't feel right. God of War, the big attraction for me is the meme that it's literally just a angry dude going,
He's too angry to die.
He's too angry to die. He's just so mad that he just refuses to die.
It's really good.
Besides that, the game and puzzle solving mechanics, I like that sort of gameplay. So that's biased to me personally, and the theme's okay. I dislike the retcon of the Sparta franchise, or not Sparta, the God of War franchise.
All right, so just for future reference, so we could look back at this in like a month or two once the Game Awards have done. We're saying Elden Ring is going to win.
Yeah, that's my personal.
I would agree.
It was astounding reviews.
I want Elden Ring to win.
You got George R. Martin. I will say the naming convention on that was a bit on the nose. The fact that they wanted to honor George R. Martin because there were only G's or R's for the most part.
Yep.
And maybe an M.
All right, so our next category, Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Is Elden Ring on this too?
Elden Ring,
because it changed a lot of the Dark Souls games.
God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality. I don't even know what that's called. And Stray.
I've never played Stray. It doesn't interest me. God of War, I feel like that game's up on the pedestal because of God of War 4. God of War 4, I will say, is great. It changed a lot that you can do in gaming.
So none of us have heard of Immortality, so forgive us if you think Immortality should win. We've never heard of this thing. Of the rest, despite the fact that I think Stray had pretty good... I don't even know what game direction really is, but it says direction and design. So from game design standpoint,
it has something similar to movie direction.
Yeah, that's yeah. I just don't correlate.
I could be wrong.
Either way, it says and design. So from a design standpoint, Stray had really good game design.
Say it has something similar to movie director. Like you have a director for a movie. They probably had a director for somebody.
Yeah, that's what they would have. Stray had good game design, but again, I don't think it quite matches with some of the bigger ones on this list.
People are overhyping Ragnarok because anytime Freya's on that screen, it looks super awkward because the mocap does not look right.
Ooh, that's rough.
And that's because they gave her eyeshadow, so her eyes pop really hard, and it's just weird.
The hard part with God of War is that and this is a big issue with the Game Awards in general because it's not full year, it's December to now.
Yeah.
God of War being the most recent is the one that a lot of people are currently thinking about because Elden Ring came out, 3-4 months ago?
Yeah.
No, that came out
It's
beginning of the year.
Longer? Oh, jeez.
longer.
So, and so people are less likely to remember Elden
Yeah.
Ring fondly and instead go for Ragnarok right
I
now.
think
People
people are not.
that actually using their heads rather than the tip of their dick for this thought process, I would say they'll choose Elden Ring. I will stand by and play devil's advocate and say God of War has really good direction. Graphics are good.
What about the design? Because this is game direction and game design.
Design, it's just borrowing from God of War 1, so it's not really new.
Yeah.
I'm saying
It's a good game, but I think Elden Ring's just better.
I'm gonna say
saying
Elden Ring again,
Yeah.
only because I think from a design standpoint that blows everything else out.
It's
It maybe
really good.
Immortality's good, but again we don't know
Yeah,
that.
we don't know. Immortality could just trump all these, and we just don't know.
Okay,
I would just like to say that Ty said that people aren't going to have fond memories of Elden Ring.
Not
because
fond-
It's so far back.
not fond
No,
memories.
like fresh memories is
Like
what he
fresh-
meant.
Yes, that's the better term. I did say
Like,
fond
not,
memories,
not
but
everyone wakes up
Because
one day like
the-
us and go, "Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings came out 2003."
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I was saying, no, I'm pretty sure they're not going to have fond memories because of them wanting to smash their controller constantly.
I mean, isn't that the
I
point?
will
though?
say I had less smashies with my controller with Elden Ring than I did any other game, and that's especially from Dark Souls 2. I
Dark
hate
Souls
Dark
2
Souls
is
2.
That's a bad one. It's one of the worst.
I will also note I'm not entirely certain maybe one of the Lord of the Rings movies came out 2003. I'm just saying.
I think you're right because I think that was the year one of them won an award for best picture.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I
It's
think-
just like
Um,
Reach behind you.
in my
I'm just
mind,
looking it up.
that movie came out less than 5 years ago because I love that movie so much and I keep watching it, and that movie is great compared to any other.
Return of the King came out in 2003.
Oh,
Lord of the
sweet,
Rings:
there we
Return
go.
of the King.
I know one of them did, but that film franchise, the three that we know of, not The Hobbit, is better than most of the movies you'll get nowadays because of practical effects alone. It feels like you are sucked
Yeah.
into that world proper.
It did win. That was the year. That was the Lord of the Rings movie that won Best Picture.
Okay, so I wasn't entirely wrong.
No. Okay. On to the next category. Best Narrative. For outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. And guess what it's the same for? Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality again. We don't know Immortality.
Again, we
Moving
don't
on.
know. I would argue Elden Ring can get dropped because it has
Yes.
not a very good narrative.
It has...
It has narrative.
it
it's
has
just
one
not
that's-
nearly as good as these games.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
just
Plague.
told in a weird
Yeah,
way.
Plague and God of War have the two best
narratives
narratives.
so far.
Yeah, and this time I think I would be willing to go for God of War on Best Narrative.
I would argue too, and that's just because I'm more interested. Plague could have really good narrative. I think
I
they
haven't
may
played
even have
it.
better because that's probably their game driving point.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing. I haven't played this one.
I'm personally biased to God of War because I like the action accompany and then the little bit of extra dialogue you get as good narrative in my opinion. You aren't very lost on what's happening because there's literally a point where you see what's going to happen to Kratos, what they're trying to fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's even, before you start the game, you can do a let's recap.
That's always good to
what's
have.
happening.
For anyone that's thinking, man, this is not too amazing. Don't worry, our ticks will get spicier in a minute. We just got to get through
as soon as we get the fighting game,
We just got to get through
fists
the
will be
basic.
thrown.
Yeah, we just got to get through the basic like best
Whether
best
it's at
stuff.
each other or just some random
There-
kid down the street.
You're gonna
Because
Don't
You're gonna-
say that.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't say that.
you're
I
gonna
was gonna
cry at best
continue
fighting
more.
game. You're gonna cry at best fighting game. There's one on there, and it's not even classed as a fighting game.
Yeah, I was about to say is before we throw hands at the
We'll
kid
get-
down the street who
we'll
likes
get to
Among
it.
Us, and I say kid, but he's probably 30 and lives with his mom in his
Ouch.
basement.
And then gets mad
So what are
because
we saying for
Silverman Among Us.
what are we
And I didn't appreciate his furry.
what are we saying in for best narrative? God of War.
I
God of
personally
War.
like God of War. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Plague.
I think, yeah, I wouldn't either. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
I'm going
We're going with
It's,
God
it's,
of War.
it's
though.
honestly between the two. I would personally prefer God of War to win. but
Okay.
Plague does have a good chance because I think that's the
So
main way you play the game is its narrative.
here's another one that we just kind of got to breeze through real fast. Best art direction for outstanding creativity and/or technological achievement in artistic design and animation.
How is that much different than the last thing we just did?
Best narrative, or you
Yeah.
mean
The
best
one
narrative
before
story?
that, direction, graphics, so on.
Well,
Design.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
these categories are repetitive. This one, just think of this one like art. This one's just
Yeah.
art. The rest is like the actual stuff. Elden
Elden
Ring,
Ring.
God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray.
I will actually go down and say Scorn. It's selective, but it has really good art.
It is
direction.
good.
Its art is really good.
Is
it
it-
gives me all the heebie-jeebies I
Okay.
like when it comes to body horror.
So here's the thing. I think for art direction, God of War and Horizon Forbidden West are losing.
Yes.
I've never
I'll argue
looked.
God of War does have good art.
It's good,
the issue
but
is some of its graphics at some point. And that's just it's new.
yeah, no, it's
still
good.
wee babby.
But am I gonna say it's best of the year?
yeah,
no.
Horizon.
I've never looked at anything from
Forbidden
Horizon.
West I haven't touched.
I haven't looked at anything and been like, "Wow, that's amazing art."
It must. I'm making my assumption based off if I don't hear about the game after its release, it's probably mixed
Yeah,
reviews and probably not good.
Well, here I can pull up the reviews right now.
Honestly,
Elden Ring's
Scorn and Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's got some good art. Stray's got decent,
yeah.
but it's all very samey.
Elden Ring has good art. It has good stuff, but I'll argue that me being a Dark Souls fan, I've used through all of them. It looks like every other Dark Souls game
Well, yeah.
with minor differences.
I think it looks a bit better than most
It
Dark
looks
Souls
better.
games.
It definitely looks better, but it still has that same character model sort of stuff.
Horizon Forbidden West is sitting at like very high reviews on a lot of websites, but I have not heard
I'm
anyone talk
surprised
about
I haven't
this.
heard anything from it then.
Yeah, I
Maybe,
got no idea.
we'll say maybe Horizon because I remember Horizon Zero Dawn having really good
good art.
scenery.
Yeah.
So maybe that
Well, this one's a lot
I'm-
more like snowy, wintry, and that's where it
Yeah.
kind of gets lost. I
they
think
can still have vibrant stuff like a mesa in there somewhere.
they can.
I'll my vote's in for Scorn. Scorn having it just come out during Halloween of all times, which is the best marketing thing you could do for a horror game like that. Really good body horror. When a game makes me uncomfortable for the characters in the game because of what's happening to them, and they don't look remotely human, I feel like that's a success.
Yeah, I thought so.
My vote's in for Elden Ring.
That's
The
fair.
I'm a sucker for that type.
the
Dark
game. Yep. Okay. So
Plus, I also
It could
think
just be my body horror fetish when it comes to movies.
I think. Good.
I also think that Elden Ring has the best chance of winning because
That's
of
the
it definitely
point.
has the best chance of
I
winning.
think Scorn is better overall. I think what will win is going to be
when
Elden
it comes
Ring.
to
though.
art,
I would also like to clarify though that I have not played Scorn yet. So.
I haven't either.
You know
I want
HR
to play
Gar.
Scorn.
Yeah. You know Geiger. It's that. That's the art. There you go.
It's really good.
Oh.
Have you played Layers of Fear?
Yes.
It has those same type of vibes of just grotesque body horror, and I don't think it has any narration actually.
I don't think. I don't
I
think. it
am going to clarify. I am currently changing my vote from
Yeah,
Elden Ring to
If you
Scorn.
pulled up stuff
What?
for Scorn, I want to see a playthrough of that, but I can understand why people wouldn't show it.
That's
It's-
very fair.
It's grotesque in the right ways, and just I love that body horror of. Whew, I love it. Give me the oh god, who did
I'm
the
not-
thing? John Carpenter.
yeah.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing type of body horror stuff. Like it's great. I love the multi-limb stuff.
The artist for
Why did you go for Gene Stealers 40K then?
Because there aren't enough models in Warhammer for Gene Stealers yet. I want I personally love to do Gene Stealer Tau because I think they would look great. Gene Stealer Nids would be really hard to do.
the
because
artist-
they're already Nid.
I
No, never mind. They're part of the same faction.
Yeah,
what am I
yes.
talking
I
about?
have a Gene Stealer
Yeah,
in
no.
my faction.
You can't do Gene Stealer Necrons. It's
Yes.
physically impossible.
we,
Gene Stealer Orcs would be fun.
we should save this for the next
Yeah,
episode.
yes,
we'll
we
save
should.
this for Warhammer.
So, real
but
quick.
I like Gene Stealers, but they're just human variant.
Real
for
quick,
models.
I looked up the artist who did Scorn, and he's done some movies that I've never heard of. However, he has done a few video games that I definitely have. He did The Medium, which came out last year. He also did Returnal, which won a ton of awards last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Scorn is the best overall, but I do not think it will win because it's
Yeah,
a lot
no,
smaller.
I think, just because it's smaller.
So we're trying to predict. I'm trying to say we should predict who's gonna win.
Oh,
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, the God of War Ragnarok, and maybe Horizon Forbidden West.
Well, you got to pick one.
I think those three. It's hard
All
to
right.
decide.
So I'm saying,
I think maybe
why is
Ragnarok.
after this comes out, we could look after the Game Awards are done, which they'll air in December. We can come back and say January, look at our own predictions and see if we were right.
Yeah, I'd say it's one of those three. Maybe
I'll
Ragnarok
go with
being the
Elden.
outlier.
We'll go with Elden Ring
I'm
then, I
going
guess.
Elden Ring.
All right. Best score and music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song,
Elden Ring.
and
Elden
or
Ring.
licensed.
Like,
There's
it's not
more in
even a
there, but
competition.
Elden Ring has really fit.
All right,
Dark Souls
so-
has fantastic music
Movie.
to begin with.
Movies.
So
This is no longer
Let's-
about the game.
let me read the categories
Yeah,
first.
let's read the category.
Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War, Metal Hellsinger, and Xenoblade 3.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
I'm in on this one 100%.
When you walk into a boss room and you hear orchestral piano behind you and orchestral choir going, oh,
No, it's really good.
oh, and it's like, oh, shit's going down. Nothing beats.
I want a clip of you doing the
Oh, I'll do something.
No, I'll take it from this. I just want a clip of that.
It's.
I want that as my ringtone.
Oh, it's great. It's.
All right, so
Man, nothing gets me going like the
Elden Ring for
musical
score.
scores in Elden Ring.
Nothing gets me going like the musical scores in Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls
Those
in
games
general.
in general have the best scores ever.
They really
Best
do.
best audio design, which is different than score.
Yeah.
Yes.
Recognized for the best in-game audio and sound design. How is this different than score?
Well,
Score? I'm
sound
assuming
effects, that sort of
Sound
stuff.
sound effects, voice acting, and things like that.
I'll say I keep saying
God
Thor
of War.
Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok.
This time I'm
Yes.
going to agree with you, but let's hear the categories first. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
No.
No.
Elden Ring.
Ye-
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War, I think, has better.
Gran Turismo 7. Horizon Forbidden West.
Maybe Horizon, but my
I'm-
money's on God of War.
I'm thinking God of War
God of
also.
War has really good narrators and not narrators, VAs.
Yes.
And they're just on point. Their acting's just perfect.
Really
in my
good.
opinion. I will say
Okay.
some of the actors for the new one, like I'm not super huge of Odin personally.
Well, we're going to get to that right now, because best performance awarded to an individual for best voice acting, motion capture, performance.
Okay.
Or motion capture.
Yeah.
Ashley Birch for Horizon Forbidden West, which I believe she's the main character.
character.
Yeah. Ashley Birch. Yeah.
Plague Tale, Charlotte McBurney.
Is
Again,
it
I haven't
Ashley
played
Birch, Matthew wife
it. Let me just tell you.
from Critical Role.
I think.
Let me
so.
just tell
Matt
you.
Mercer.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so.
No,
Ashley
no.
Birch.
Ashley is on Critical Role. My bad. It's
it doesn't list a spouse.
Ashley Birch.
Yeah. On her pages it does not list a
What is her-
spouse. She looks like this.
Maybe I don't know. I could be easily wrong. I
sure.
get names wrong all the time.
She was the girl in Team Fortress 2. I just found that out. She does not appear in the game because that girl does not. At least I don't think she does.
I need to
She's,
Google this now just for my own headcanon.
That's fair. Well, why don't I just look at Matt Mercer's wife if that's the case?
Yeah, his is not Ashley. It's
Matt Mercer's wife is Marisha Ray.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know. why I
Oh
thought it was
God!
Marisha.
If you type Matt Mercer's wife, it comes up with a picture of Matt Mercer and her when he's like 20 and he looks weird.
Yeah, he looked a little awkward then.
He doesn't have the beard, and you could really see his like how defined his jawline is.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, you're a great voice actor, but keep the beard.
How do you spell- oh no! How do you spell Birch for this?
Burch.
B-U-R-C.
Okay, so back to the thing. So Ashley Birch for Horizon Forbidden West, A Plague Tale, Charlotte McBurney didn't play it.
Ashley Birch has nothing to do with Critical Role. From what
Okay.
I can say.
God of War Ragnarok, Christopher Judge, that is the voice of
Oh,
Kratos.
it's Ashley Johnson. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, So if you didn't hear the last one, it was God of War, Kratos, Christopher Judge.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. He's a really good voice actor
awesome.
for Kratos.
Immortality, Manon Gage, no idea. And God of War again has Sonny Suljic, and I have no idea.
Wait, who's the actor?
We're gonna find out because it doesn't
No,
list.
not the actor. Who's the voice A for?
I think.
Yeah, that's I don't know. It doesn't list.
Oh, it doesn't.
Atreus.
So I have to.
Sonny is Atreus.
So-
Atreus.
I'm pretty sure.
'Cause I know they got a good act. They got one of the boys from not Dukes of Hazzard. I say boys and I go to Dukes of Hazzard. No, they got one of the guys from Sons
Yes.
of Anarchy to play Thor.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
He is Atreus.
Okay.
So Sonny Suljic is Atreus. As I would say, the only to complain about the video game awards because we haven't done that a lot, and we will soon because these awards
Yeah.
are god awful. On this category, they do not
will
list
say
the
the-
role of the character. They just list
recommendations
the
this
game.
year are way better than the past 2 years,
Just-
in my opinion.
Just wait.
However, though, I think Thor should have been on there. In
Um,
my opinion.
I agree.
there's a lot. There's a lot of good game performances, and my favorite is you ever notice how
I honestly
none of
was
the
Christopher Judge.
well here you ever notice how none of the big name voice actors ever get nominated on this?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You ever notice how it's not Matt Mercer, Yuri Lowenthal, Patrick Seitz?
Well, I think Matt Mercer got taken away 1 year. As a nomination for at least Overwatch because
I
of
think
the whole
he-
scandal.
I think yeah.
Not
Yeah.
with Matt Mercer.
No,
I'll say.
I
With,
know what you mean.
The
Blizzard.
with a Blizzard employee who they named Cassidy after.
Yeah.
He ended up being a very not good fellow,
Right.
we'll say. And Matt Mercer somehow got flack for it for just voicing the character.
Yeah.
And I was astonished. He was like, "Really? You're blaming the guy who just voices a character?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. You ever notice like some of these huge big names in voice acting? I have not heard of at least three of these people on here. I've never heard of Charlotte McBurney, Manon Gage,
Wait,
or
was Matt Mercer not even up there for any of his roles? I think he did Skyrim roles.
he was not.
He was not.
Okay,
I think Skyrim was before the Game Awards started though.
that's fair.
I only know Ashley Birch and Christopher Judge. Those are the only two people I know prior to looking at this list.
My vote's for Christopher Judge.
I agree.
Mine too. Atreus, you're good. You're just slightly more annoying in this game for Ragnarok.
They really accomplished something with him.
You really can tell.
Okay, here we
puberty's
go.
Happening.
This
But
is-
Christopher Judge. I like all of his voice lines.
This is where we start to get to the
I
fun
blame
stuff.
You.
You blame me?
I have never heard of any game on this category for reference.
Oh, jeez.
Games for impact. Games to
Yeah.
provide a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
Okay, let's.
The kind of like indie games like $10 that are like 20 minutes and you go, whoa. And then you sit there and like think about life afterwards.
So let's whip it out and see what.
A Memoir Blue, As Dusk Falls,
Oh.
Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Hindsight, I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Exocolonist.
There you go.
I don't know where I was putting a G into that. I've also never heard of almost any of these game
I've
developers
not.
because they list the game developer over these. Yeah, have you?
I've personally heard none of these. Maybe.
All right, we're just moving on.
Maybe Citizen Sleeper, but I remember hearing it, not knowing anything about it.
We're just moving on. Best ongoing game. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. He's already freaking out. I'm
It could
pretty
be worse.
confident.
It
I'm
could
pretty
be a lot
confident. We're gonna
worse.
get to that. So real quick,
Just read them off and then.
I'm
I'll
gonna
rant.
let you read the last one, which is the one I'm expecting you to do.
Yeah.
So this is essentially the category of these guys keep putting new content into the game even after it's been out, and we're gonna reward that.
Street
Apex
Fighter
Legends,
Kids.
Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact's fine. I like Genshin Impact.
Well, do you want to read the last one?
Destiny 2.
When was the last DLC or update for Destiny 2?
Oh, you mean the one that immediately just went on for sale for like 50% off because the game is hot garbage
I,
now.
yeah. Now it didn't used to.
Oh
be.
my God, they're not done with DLC for this. There's one
No.
set for next year
No,
already.
they're not, and it just needs to die.
Yeah, it should. Destiny 2 is not good, and if you like it, crawl back into your hole.
Destiny 2 is all right. Not all the DLCs are good. That's the issue.
The
and
last
the fact
good one-
I'm paying what how much are the DLCs going for? Like $60 a pop?
Like just about.
I think they're almost
for
full price.
Ridiculous price. I shouldn't have to pay the price of a new game just for more content. If Monster Hunter did that, that company would have never lifted off for one.
Well, people are gonna argue Iceborne, but Iceborne's a
Iceborne
totally
was worth
separate game.
Okay, so here,
Iceborne was
Harlan.
worth it.
Exactly.
I have it pulled up. So here we go. For the most part, Destiny 2, the 30th anniversary pack is $25.
Okay.
Beyond Light is $30. The Witch Queen is $40. Shadowkeep is $25.
Okay.
Forsaken is $20. The Witch Queen Deluxe is $80.
Just calm down.
Season of Plunder is $15.
Was it Bundy?
Lightfall?
No, not Bundy.
Oh
Bundy.
my! It's getting
Bundy,
worse.
I
Lightfall,
think so, yeah.
which is the one that comes out next year, February of 23, $50. And if you want
Bungie, calm your shit. I better be getting as much content as a whole new game if I'm paying these prices.
you're paying
is coming-
$10 less than a new game.
This is coming from someone who played that game a lot.
That's true.
Destiny 1 was okay. It was really hard to get through. Destiny 2 was awesome. The main story was great. I loved the main villain. And the last, the two DLCs to come after, or the first two that came out,
Oh,
were pretty
Forsaken
good.
was amazing. That's
Forsaken
where
was
Cade.
awesome.
That's where Cade died, and the entire Destiny
Spoilers!
was like,
Rick Cade. If you don't know that Cade dies. Cade 6 dies.
it came out in 2018.
I've
if
just
you haven't played it yet, it's your own fault.
no, I know. I'm just
it's-
making my jokes.
Yeah, spoilers if you for some reason
So,
haven't and were interested in it.
Moral of the story: let Destiny 2 die.
Let Destiny 2
We-
die.
Give me Destiny 3.
Yeah, honestly. So
Like, I will say,
what's our
my low-key favorite, one of my favorite actors just in general is in that game, but he plays such a minor part in it, Peter Stormare.
of
I
course.
love Peter Stormare as a voice actor. I want him to voice in more games. The only other game I heard him voice in was, I think, it's that game with the Wendigo.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, thank you.
Oh, did he played the old guy? Didn't he?
Yeah, he played the therapist.
Oh, he's the therapist.
Yeah, he's the therapist.
Oh, I was thinking of the old miner man. Oh shit, I like that game. I like the.
It's a good game.
I did not like its Dark Pictures sequels. Those kind of sucked, and then they brought it back with the Quarry, which I'm hoping to see on here.
Me too.
Did you play the Quarry?
I saw some stuff of the core and I'm happy with it.
Really good. They got the guy in. Do you remember? You know Scream, right?
With
The first one.
Matthew Lillard.
Yes, the guy that plays Dewey, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in it.
Sweet, I love Matthew Lillard. He's another like OG actor I love.
Yep. Okay, so back to this point. Destiny 2 should die and
Magic.
yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 should die and should not be on here. Apex Legends, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin are the remaining. Not Fortnite. Not Apex Legends. So that leaves.
Fortnite needs to die. It needs to cut
As a
its
person
shit.
who's actually played all of these games, Apex is going to win.
Apex.
My vote is
I
for
has a really good
I do not
chance.
think
Yes.
Apex will win. I think it's going to be Fortnite because it's Fortnite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
fair
true.
point. We
However-
want Apex to win. Fortnite will.
I would
probably win
rather
because
Genshin or Final Fantasy.
Kill your Xbox
and
play
Fortnite today.
I think.
You can take
No, we're gonna get
moisturizer.
copyrighted.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think we're gonna. I
Is that
think.
song
My vote's
copyrighted?
for
I'm gonna-
my vote's for personally Genshin, but I think Apex is going to, in my opinion, win because Fortnite has lost a little bit of its popularity.
Yeah, I want
Um,
Apex to win because Apex is probably the only free-for-all game I actually enjoy. I
That's
hate
true.
Fortnite.
Is it better than Final Fantasy 14,
I-
one of the best MMOs, or Genshin Impact,
In my
one of the
opinion,
best free-to-play action ventures?
Yes, because Apex has more.
If you
people
like
play.
shooters, you play
Yeah,
Apex.
but Genshin
If you
Impact is
like
pretty much single player.
MMORPGs, you'd play Final Fantasy or Genshin Impact.
You'd be surprised at how many
I-
players Final Fantasy 14 still has.
Yeah, it's a lot who's willing to
It's
pay for their
this.
subscription.
I think it's the
Really?
second most
Yeah.
popular MMO still.
It's
I
up
think the
there
only
with
thing that beats
WoW.
it is World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look it up because
I will say
we're already
Genshin-
like halfway through our
Yeah,
time.
Genshin Impact though, it's there. I want Apex to win, but realistically, Fortnite's probably gonna win.
I think Fortnite's gonna win.
I think.
I don't want it to win. I
I'm
don't.
old and strong. My vote's for Apex.
My personal vote is Final Fantasy 14 because it's a good SMO.
My personal vote's for Genshin Impact.
Apex. Apex is good.
All right, best indie game. Here we go. We know some of these. We know a majority of these.
Skullgirls on here.
No. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system.
I'm actually waiting for him to tell me, and then Michael's just looking up the list.
Cult of Lamb.
Cult of Lamb's good. I'm fine for that.
Neon White.
Okay.
Sifu.
Okay.
Stray.
Stray, go away.
Tunic.
I'm taking care of a Stray at my house right now, but Stray, go away.
I think I could already tell your vote.
Yeah.
Cult of Lamb.
Cult of the Lamb's a good game.
I think it's gonna
fun
be.
game.
I think it's gonna be Sifu.
It's a really fun game.
Cult of Lamb's pretty good. I like Sifu personally because I like my action games.
Doing that, and it's stupid.
Here's the hard part. I think Sifu's gonna win only because it's caught such mainstream attention
That's
compared to the rest of these.
That's
fair.
I also personally think Sifu should win because it was amazing, but a lot of these are really good. This is a good indie category this year.
Just because I want a religious marker like that winning the Game Awards.
So what do
and
we-
having white moms complain
Or
about
maybe
it.
it's gonna be Stray. It's already been on here like 8 times.
Yeah, why not? Probably Stray. My vote's Stray if it's already been here 8 times.
Yeah, remember how many times I listed already?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, I could list. I'll go with
And
Stray.
they were for the big ones.
Alright, my vote's for Stray. My personal vote isn't for Stray. I'm going for Cult of the Lamb, but I think Stray's.
So Harlan, did you play Sifu?
I have not played Sifu.
Do you know what it is?
Vaguely.
It's it's a action brawler where it's an action game where the concept is you're a guy learning to fist fight,
Yeah.
and each time you die in game, you have to take 10 years off your own life where you study and practice for 10 years and learn new moves to come back.
Yeah, I vaguely
And so
remember it.
The goal of the game is to win before you're dead.
I personally like Call the Lamb more.
No, I'm bringing that
I
up for a
haven't beaten
different reason.
everyone in that dungeon yet, but it's a fun game just to get cultists and have.
Okay. Best mobile game.
Oh, let's hear this.
Apex Legends Mobile.
I forgot that existed mobile.
Diablo Immortal.
That one I'll actually put my hat in for. That's a good
Genshin
one.
Impact, which came out years ago and should not be on this
It
list.
should not be on this list.
Best ongoing? Fine, not on this one.
Yeah.
Marvel Snap. You play that one?
No.
It's a card game. It's really good. That's the one that I talked at the
yeah.
D&D session about.
Yeah.
I talked with one of our D&D players. And Tower of Fantasy, which if I remember correctly, is just a Genshin ripoff.
My vote's in for.
My personal vote's
Diablo.
Marvel Snap. I don't think it'll win.
Yeah, I don't think Diablo will win either.
No, I meant Marvel Snap. I don't think Marvel Snap will win.
Well, no, I meant.
no,
I think
I
Apex is
think-
going to win.
Marvel Snap has a
I
good
would argue
chance.
Apex probably won't win.
Okay.
Genshin will win.
I think, Genshin or Apex is going to win.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Genshin's gonna win just because it
Yep.
is the
I
mobile
want
game.
Diablo to win because it's not bad. I can't personally play it on my phone because I think there's just a hardware issue there.
I don't want Genshin
Oh,
to win
no.
because it's been out
Oh,
for
let's
so
hear it.
long.
Let's hear it. When he goes, oh no, that means I'm gonna yell.
no. Best community support.
Oh jeez.
Don't look at it yet. Don't look at it yet. You're going to be upset. Apex.
Of course.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
No.
Destiny 2.
No.
I knew it happened. I knew it happened. I saw Destiny 2 and I knew it.
Destiny
immediately.
2, whatever. No Man's Sky has no right being on this list.
It got better. It shouldn't be on this list,
I
but it
don't
got
care
better.
if it got better. It still came out a hunk of trash. People paid full price for a hunk of trash for
Harlan's
2 months
angry.
after release.
Harlan's pissed.
Dude, sorry to the people who made No Man's Sky, but you should make sure your game works. This also goes out to, TJ Projekt or whatever the heck their name is?
I have no idea.
CD Projekt. The people who made Cyberpunk and The Witcher. Make sure your games work before you release them.
To most people,
that's
we'd be
true.
referring to them as CD Project Red.
Whatever.
They're like Swedish, right? Is
yeah,
that what
that's
you
why
use
I
their
said CD Projekt.
Yeah, you use their Swedish name.
I do.
They do over
Because
here.
I
We
can
do.
pronounce it.
Yeah, people call it CD Project Red.
Yeah, Project Red, but CD Projekt is for me.
So
But
outside of some of the awful games that are on
community
here,
support, sure, maybe Destiny, because I will say Destiny has a lot of good community there.
That's true.
Realistically, it's probably going to be the earlier entries on this list.
I'm thinking Apex. Fortnite
Yeah,
again.
Apex has a really good. Like even the toxic people on Apex get outwitted, or not outwitted, but outnumbered by a good, healthy community.
Get ready, because this is the one that still doesn't make sense to me.
All right.
Every year I'm confused by this category. Innovation in accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by a wider audience.
So all that is
what games get
lower...
normal people involved in games? That's like what they're trying to say, I think.
Witcher got a lot.
Hold up. As Dusk Falls.
Don't remember that.
That was on the indie one.
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok. Return to Monkey Island.
That's probably
The Last of Us Part 1.
I'll say Last of Us Part 1 is good.
The Quarry.
Yeah, those two are fine. I'm going to argue that God of War should not be on this list because you literally have the second
You're in the
game.
you're in the deep end already.
Yeah.
You have to have played the first one to hop into this one. Because you can't just go from, hey, I know about Norse mythology.
Yeah.
And video games look cool. They came out with this game. If you hop into that because of how the God of War version of it is so different, it may take you out of video games forever. Because it's so different and it's, from that angle, it's bastardizing.
So,
I think it's more or less just the fact of people who are obsessed with Marvel are hopping into God of War Ragnarok because they hear Thor, and then they want Chris Hemsworth
that's
Thor.
A fair.
And then they get
Chris Hemsworth can go away.
Yes.
I want my fat Thor.
They get
tell me what you
biblically accurate Thor.
You say biblically, it's historically.
It's historically.
Biblically, Thor appeared in the Bible, everyone.
Yeah, Thor was in the Bible. And
he was there next to Moses as he parted the Red Sea. Good job, buddy!
I'm going to drink that later.
Okay, we have
For those who know Norse mythology, they'll get that reference.
Just so know, we're like halftime. We have to keep going.
To keep going, especially if we want to...
Never heard of As Dusk Falls. It's not God of War.
Games.
Return to Monkey Island is...
Isn't that an old one that
they just remade it, yeah.
I'll say maybe that one.
Maybe. Last of Us Part 1 is the weird one to me.
You know what? My vote's for Last of Us.
I think it'll win.
Because Last of Us was a game changer for a lot of people. I can't remember if it's Last of Us 1 or 2 where Fat Geralt punches a kid.
Oh, I don't know.
There's an NPC in there that just looks like a fat Geralt of Rivia, and he just decks a kid with all his might.
I don't remember.
And it's hilarious.
I'm gonna personally throw out The Quarry. It's not gonna win. I think it should win. If you like,
I think Last of Us just because it has enough hype behind it.
If you like 80s horror movies, you should look into The Quarry and their previous game Until Dawn, because those are really good horror games that are like playing off. I'm definitely
gonna play The Quarry. I have not yet. It's on my list.
Best VR/AR.
Let's hear it.
After the Fall.
Okay.
Among Us.
No.
Yep.
Bone Lab.
Bone Lab.
Moss Book 2. Red Matter 2.
I mean, we all know what's gonna win, but my vote's in.
Among Us will probably
Among Us will win.
Yes.
I'm hoping people have sense enough to not.
I have not played a single one of these games. I've never heard of two of these.
We don't have VR setups.
I've never heard of Red Matter 2 or Moss Book 2. I've never heard Bone Lab either. Scratch that. 3.
Half the good VR games we can just go play on computer and have just as much of a good time.
So we're just gonna complain that Among Us shouldn't be on here and move on.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Best action game.
Let's hear it.
For the best, I'm not gonna read anything. Bayonetta 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
There's no actual gameplay of Bayonetta 3, I thought. Or did it come out?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, it came out.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Neon White. Sifu. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
That's got my vote.
That's got my vote. It won't win, but...
I'll say Sifu, and my personal favorite just because I like the franchise Bayonetta.
I think Bayonetta would win, just because it's the big name out of all of these, except for, you know what, scratch that. Probably it's Call of Duty.
Call of
Duty's going to win.
That's not an action game, it's a shooter.
No, but it's going to win.
Yeah, but
it will win.
Wait till we get the best shooter.
All fun.
All right, so now this is when we get the spicy takes. Best action adventure game.
All right.
Plague Tale. God of War.
Okay.
Horizon Forbidden West. Stray. Tunic.
Stray needs to go away.
I agree. So does Tunic.
God
Get out of
of
here.
War will probably win this, in my
God of
opinion.
War is definitely going to win this. And that is my personal vote.
I don't even want Plague Tale. Can you actually fight in that game? As far as I know, it's walking sim.
I don't think you can, but I'm not sure.
Oh my
Stray
God.
you can't. Why is that an action game? That's just an adventure game.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm God of War I like.
Best RPG.
Let's hear it.
Elden Ring.
Oh, yes.
Live Alive.
Okay.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
No.
Triangle Strategy. And Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Xenoblade, I'll give a possible tip. My vote's for Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's my vote.
Elden Ring is going to win. That's the easy one, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't like
think-
Pokemon Legends Arceus on here.
I think if you
This is
guys
a good
have
one to bring up.
if you guys like strategy RPGs, Triangle Strategy was really good and really amazing. That was made by the Ace Octopath Traveler. And if you really like just classic RPGs, Live Alive is beautifully done.
It's like that guy who just starts drinking. Hey, like I brought whiskey to the party. Yeah, I brought vodka. I got Fireball.
It's time, baby! Best fighting game.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it because I want to
Let's
clear
go
my
for
throat.
this.
DNF Duel.
Okay.
JoJo All-Star Battle R.
Okay. Yeah.
King of Fighters 15.
Okay.
Okay.
Multiverses.
I'm fine with multiverses being on here.
Sifu.
Why? What?
Sifu is not a fighting game.
Not a fighting game. But why are you fine with multiverses?
Because it's actually
the Iron Giant's a thing.
It's balanced enough
No,
with
it's
the
not.
No, it's
exception
not.
of Iron Giant.
Bro, no, it's not. They had to. The Iron Giant is only one of the issues. Side note,
That's
real
fair.
quick, I just want to point out
As
that
far as I can tell, anything
Sifu
that's
is on
safe for
this.
that, it's fun because it's just cartoon characters fighting each other.
Why is Sifu on this? Best fighting game. For the best game designed primarily to go head-to-head combat. Sifu is single player.
Yeah.
It's not a fighting game.
I was expecting worse names on this list, to be perfectly honest.
Sifu's the one that irritates me. They irritate a lot of fighting game players too. I saw that.
Yeah, 'cause
JoJo should not be on this. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm
There was better fighting game releases than A, Sifu not a fighting game, and B, JoJo, but for a
JoJo
weird
may
remake.
have a chance just because of anime fans.
it's gonna be Multiverses.
Dead.
Multiverse is gonna win.
Multiverse
You know
is
it.
gonna win.
It's
Yeah.
free to play, and you get to watch Shaggy throw a ham sandwich at Batman.
Yeah, that's why it's funny.
And you get God Shaggy.
God, Shaggy.
So because we actually play fighting games,
Yeah, it's
Um,
our blood.
DNF Duel is one of the best fighting games that I honestly think came out this year. The only issue, it
That's
has
my vote.
no support. There has been no community support after it came out, and it has had almost nothing to work with since it came out. King of Fighters 15 is the second best King of Fighters game that's ever released.
It has it's from a franchise that just knows fighting games in and out.
Yeah. Well, DNF Duel does too.
Wasn't the only issues with King of Fighters that it had a
Bad
bot
connection.
Yeah, really bad multiplayer.
They have a connection problem. So it
Yeah.
takes like 10 minutes to get matched up with someone, but like once you get matched up with someone, it's smooth as fuck. They already have rollback.
Yeah.
They're now trying to do crossplay, and the crossplay update is I think supposed to come out February of next year, and that is supposed to fix the connectivity issues.
Because that's not what we've done on
We
PlayStation.
already got a full season of DLC, a free bonus character and bonus mode, and we get another full season DLC because they've confirmed that this is one of their best-selling games of
upset none
SNK
of the
history.
Other fighting games from this year even made
Right?
this
There's
list.
been a lot of good fighting games that did not show up.
Like, I would not say Grand Blue, but that was also
That was last year.
That was last year.
That made it on last year's list,
Yeah.
but also last year didn't have as many good ones.
Wasn't Fortnite on the gaming list last year for
I think so.
a fighting game?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember. I know something was super dumb that was on the list that didn't need to be there.
What are some other fighting games that came out this year? Let's see. I pulled up a list. Oh, dude. What's the it's the multiplayer one.
Oh, thank you, sir.
The like,
Multiplayer in a
well,
fighting
like
game.
the Fortnite Battle Royale multiplayer one. Oh, Persona 4 got its remake this year.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I'm looking at the stuff. Let's.
Yeah, I honestly can't.
Oh,
remember.
Phantom Breaker Omnia. That had the best trailer. I showed you that.
It did.
Um,
Sorry
Brawl.
sorry for the dead air. We're just trying to find out.
Brawl something.
Not Brawlhalla.
No.
We're trying to find
Um,
out what could have been on this list that should have been on the list. Didn't Guilty Gear come out this year?
Last year, because it made last year's.
Last year.
It lost last year. It should have
The
won.
Batman game came out this year. I'm surprised that's not nominated for anything yet.
Because those Batman
I-
games.
it might have
not
been
the
after.
same.
Also, the game
After-
sucked.
Yeah.
Um,
Those
I've
Batman
heard really
games
good
have-
things about this newer one.
Are they from people who play?
I've
the
heard
past
good.
ones?
I've heard good things
No.
about this if you only play on PC because the console versions actually run like ass.
Yeah.
They're frame locked at 30. Their load times are bad.
Oh no.
Draw distance sucks. I've heard all kinds of issues. There's bugs on the console versions.
Alright. I'd say
Yeah,
let's
I'll
past
get
this
back
because,
to it.
yeah,
I just-
we just
Oh,
don't.
the Mobile Suit Gundam Fighter.
Oh yeah,
did
that's a
that
decent
come out
one.
this
I
year?
think that would classify
Pretty
as
decent
shooter
one.
though.
Oh yeah, why wasn't that one on an action game?
That's fair.
That's an
fair.
action game. SD Gundam Battle Alliance. It was really good. People got pissed at it because they didn't read the review and they thought they were getting something
I
else.
wasn't talking about that. I was talking about
Oh.
the actual, like, the fighting game. Where
They didn't have a
just-
fighting game this year, did they?
Yeah.
They did
It's
some,
only
but they're
PC.
not good.
It's a PC one. PC exclusive.
The
They were talking about bringing it.
the Overwatch ripoff?
Yeah, the Overwatch.
That's not a fighting game.
It's close to. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's close enough. Like Sifu is a fighting game.
Yeah.
Which
Wow,
it
why
isn't.
can't I think of that?
It's not a fighting
Ru-
game.
Rumbleverse. That's what I wanted.
There we go. Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of. Okay, so we think Multiverse is gonna win.
Yeah.
My own personal vote's King of Fighters or DNF Duel.
I prefer DNF Duel, but I would
It's
understand.
so good.
Yeah.
Best family game:
Let's
Oh,
hear it.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Isn't that the one where he's inhaling stuff?
Yes,
Or,
Yeah.
Like a
let
car.
Me, let me rephrase that because he's
Yes.
inhaling everything.
like a car.
No, I would argue that's not good because the co-op is trash.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Yes.
Okay.
Mario and Rabbids: Sparks of Hope. You know, the single player game.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
That one, sure.
Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Even though they ruined bowling. They ruined the bowling in Switch.
That's true. I think honestly,
Star Wars.
I think
Star Wars has a good chance of winning.
Star
yeah.
Wars. And
It's-
it also has my vote.
I think nah, dude.
Kirby is a way better single player game than it could ever be a co-op game. I
Yes.
tried playing that game with my wife, and holy crap, I could not
Um,
do anything as second player.
Yeah, it's
I wanted to give
yeah.
her first player, and then we swapped controls. It's like, why can't I do stuff? Because there's a point where she's just sitting on an edge, and because of the spawning, I'm spawning over a pit, and I die.
That's
constantly.
amazing.
The fact that's a thing is aggravating.
That's like when we played that one game that I can't think of the name of. Remember
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
that? It was good, but it had bug. It had so many
There's
bugs.
so many bugs.
I just remember DK West rap.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the one.
Yes.
No Straight Roads.
No,
There we go.
yes.
Yeah, No Straight Roads is good, but it had a lot of bugs.
We got stuck. We were playing
DK
co-op, me and
West,
Michael,
DK West,
and we got
the
stuck
man
on
of
this.
the best.
We got stuck on the second level, the fish fight.
We fell through the map.
yeah,
and we
we-
couldn't get back up, so we had to restart the whole thing.
Yeah, it sucked. It was awful. All right, so I think Switch Sports or Lego Star Wars is gonna win outright.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars has a really
Yeah, we'll go-
all the Lego games have really good co-op.
Yeah, we're going with Lego. That's true.
My vote's Lego, and
All right, here we go. Best simulator / strategy game.
oh
Is
baby.
Dom Simulator on this?
Dune. No, Dune. Spice Wars.
Okay.
Mario plus Rabbids: Sparks of Hope.
I just don't want that to win because I hate rabbits.
Total War Warhammer 3.
Maybe.
2
Yes,
Point
that's
Campus.
Good, maybe.
Victoria
I will
3.
say, I like old rabbits when they were by themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
Rayman? The Rayman ones? Yeah.
Rayman Rabbits was great. Mixed with Mario is where I have my pet peeves.
Yes. Well, why didn't we just get Rayman and Mario hanging
Yeah,
out?
just give me Rayman.
Victoria 3 is the last one.
Total War has my vote, and
I think Mario's going to win, though.
Mario's gonna win,
Mario's probably gonna win.
because in nowadays society, Warhammer is considered a nerd game because it's played on the tabletop.
Okay,
But
we're
it's
not
also
going to...
cool because nerds are cool now.
Okay,
It
so...
said when we were in
That's true.
yeah, when we were in high school, we would get pushed into lockers if they found a locker that could fit me.
I was gonna say I was gonna make the same joke. Also, we
They
didn't
just
get pushed in
folded him up
lockers.
and just shoved him in.
Get the large one,
That's
boys.
the first being autistic because you just get that strength out of nowhere. Go,
All right, best
Cornering a wild animal.
best sports
Everyone's
/
trying to
racing
catch
game.
a slippery pig. It's like that.
Oh,
No,
boy.
that's like catching Ty because he's a greasy Italian.
Hey.
Anyway, next up.
Best sports / racing game. We have
have-
nothing any of this.
We have little input on this because
F-
we don't like these games.
F1 21, FIFA
Sure,
23,
I'm saying that one.
NBA 23, Gran Turismo 7, and Ollie Ollie World.
You know what? I'll say Gran Turismo
I
because
like
it was
Gran
on this list
Turismo
prior.
7.
I think that's a big franchise. That's what I would also say.
We just don't like sports games. Well, the only sports one I play was Blood Bowl for.
We play like arcade
PlayStation.
sports games. We play
Yeah.
Lethal
We
League.
play racing games.
Yeah, but
Racing
not
games
Gran
are fine.
Turismo.
Yeah. We play
Bad-
like Mario Kart and get you mad.
Yo! All right, we're in this baby. Best
All
multiplayer.
All right.
Call of Duty,
No.
Multiverses,
Okay.
Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3.
Overwatch
What, Overwatch 2 or Multiverses?
2.
Overwatch 2. Yeah, because the connections are bad.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
I'm gonna say Shredder's
Teenage
Revenge.
Mutant Ninja Turtles
Revenge
Shredder's
has my
Revenge.
vote. But Overwatch
I want it to
2
win. I love that
does not belong on this
I
list.
will say Multiverses. It's the point. I
This
get
is a hard
enjoyment out of that is just picking random cartoon characters and doing stuff.
Yes.
If you play that game seriously, stop sweating.
Yeah.
Just like have fun with the game.
Your
When I
carpet's going to get moldy. Come on.
Come on. When I can throw a ham sandwich at Batman
Batman.
and have the Iron Giant slip on a banana peel, sweet. Give me that game because it's stupid and funny.
Did you see the voice actor for Batman passed away?
Which one?
The one that's been doing it since like the 80s for every cartoon and video game.
Okay, so the animated series.
Animated series, the Batman
Yeah.
Arkham games, Injustices, all the Justice League animated movies.
Rip. That.
They did a nice memorial to him.
I wonder how Mark Hamill feels about that. He did
Bad.
a lot of work.
Probably bad.
Yeah.
Let me pull up his name.
Or Mark Hamill.
What do we think is going to win best
And
multiplayer?
I'm upset he died, but it was. he was
Call of
getting
Duty
there.
probably, but I want to rant about Overwatch.
I'll say Call of
Well,
Duty.
does
we're running out of
not-
time, so make it quick.
It does not belong on this list strictly because they released it way too soon. And the way they released it is it's the same game as the first one.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't like that you can pay more for stuff in game than
Oh,
out
yeah.
of game?
Kevin Conroy, that was the Batman.
No,
There we
correction.
go.
I love Overwatch now. Now I'm a millionaire in terms of Overwatch.
That's true. His
So-
account's worth so much now.
So
Mine's probably up there too.
So Call of Duty gonna win? Multiverses or Overwatch? Because it's not Splatoon or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Call
even
of
though it
Duty
should be
is
Turtles.
my
Turtles.
vote because
Bro,
I think-
I'll do Call of
I
Duty.
think most of the people are mad that they. Well, no. I was gonna say they're probably mad they can't get models from Overwatch anymore because they redid
Yes.
the whole game to prevent people from ripping stuff for porn.
And then they got it in
And they
like
got
the
it
first
anyway.
day.
and they got it anyways.
We're 10 left, and we got about just over 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
So, content creator of the year. This is where we officially clock out.
Yeah.
For a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community.
I don't know, probably Markiplier or PewDiePie. Next question.
Nope, not even on there.
Not
Oh,
even
it's
on there.
Carl Jacobs. I don't
Okay.
know who that is.
Oh, is
Mr.
Mr. Beast on there?
No.
No.
Mr.
Carl is
Beast.
one of the
Carl
guys
works
from
with
Mr.
Mr.
Beast.
Beast.
That's right.
Okay.
Ludwig.
Ludwig.
I don't know, man. Fuck you.
Maybe Ludwig. I don't care.
Nibelian?
We don't watch.
He doesn't even. Okay, so by the way, I just want to point this out for those of you that are trying to follow along on the Game Awards or like looking at this in the future. All of these people use their picture, like they should.
Yeah.
Nibelian is using a screenshot from Mob Psycho 100. I'm not joking.
One
Get a logo.
Content creator should not be in a video game award.
No, it shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't.
If you want to celebrate those people, have a lesser award.
They have their own award.
Yeah.
We're not even done. The next several awards are just going to be garbage stuff like this.
Yeah, it's just like.
Listen, to anyone that likes any of these people,
Go
that's
on-
great. Go
yeah.
watch them. they're probably fine people.
They just don't deserve to be in a major video game award.
This is why this
contribute nothing to.
they
these
added
games.
this I think last year, and this is why the Game Awards suck now, because they're focused mostly on
Content
streamers
creators,
and
yeah.
streamers watching it and getting their views and
Are
honoring the
VTubers
streamers.
gonna be in here?
I guarantee that's going to be on here next year.
Probably.
If it's
I
not.
can't talk too much because if I was gonna make content stuff, because if people wanted to hear me rant about shit like Corey Spaz Kid from Oni plays, like I'd probably be a VTuber because I don't like being noticed on the streets very often.
So I'll get the rest of these, then we could just move on. Nobrew and QT Cinderella. I have heard of none of these people except now that I realize that Carl
I've heard
is from
Ludwig,
Mr.
that's
Beast.
about it.
I heard of Ludwig and Carl. However, though,
You know I'm not topical.
We don't. I'm surprised Markiplier's not on this list, but I don't think he's ever put out a
He's
game
too-
in the
he's
past 2 years.
too
No,
old at this point.
newest Five Nights at Freddy's,
Doesn't count.
just before the new
Doesn't
year.
count.
Whatever.
He literally just released that.
Okay, moving on. Oh wait, back to
Travis.
games. Best debut indie game. For the best debut game by a new indie studio.
Cult of the Lamb.
Neon White, Norco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors.
No.
If we vote for Stray, will it finally get off this freaking list?
Honestly, at this point, I think we probably should
Yeah,
because
it's going to be Stray, just
It's
because it
going
was
to be
mentioned
Stray.
6 other times in this.
I do think Neon White's better though.
That's fair. I'm kind of upset Cult of the Lamb's not there.
I think I don't think this is their first game, which is
That
why.
could be, yeah, that's probably the case.
Got to be their first game to get on this one.
Oh shit!
I just don't give a shit about Stray.
All right, next category. Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative works.
Mad.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, I'm laughing my ass off.
No, this is you'll love this category. Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creating works that are faithful and authentical adapts of a video game to another media. So this is taking something that started as a video game and gave it something else as an adaptation, and this is honestly probably one of the best categories that we could talk about. Arcane, League of Legends, their
I'm actually happy with that. Could
Cyberpunk.
have been handled terribly.
Yes, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the anime,
It made the game worth playing, but at the same time,
Yes.
the game's still bad.
the Cuphead show,
No.
Sonic 2,
Cuphead's fine, just the show doesn't add any value. to
Sonic
it.
2 is awesome.
Sonic 2, the movie,
Yeah.
This is the one I'm laughing my ass off.
Uncharted
The thing
with
that
Mark Wahlberg.
the thing that
Marky Mark's the weirdest you can put in
Well,
there.
did you hear the story?
Yeah.
It took them over 10 years to make this movie. Originally, Marky Mark was going to play Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I remember that. And then they got...
Tom Holland,
Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
Holland.
And it's wrong because I can't stop looking at him and going, you look like you're 12. Get off my screen.
but
Sure, I'm not.
I
a fan-
un-
I'm not
I
a fan
un-
of Uncharted. My wife is.
I
and she didn't
unironically-
even want to see that movie.
I didn't want to see it either. It looks bad. I unironically like Mark Wahlberg acting, though,
Mark
because I
Wahlberg
think
is
he's
an
he should have been Nathan
I-
Drake.
he should have.
He fits the role.
he's
Yeah.
still. It looks much more
I think
accurate
the
than
issue
Tom
they couldn't
Holland.
get anyone that looks older than
Well, you know why they got Tom Holland? They didn't even try to get anyone else. By the way, Nathan Drake is supposed to play. I
Didn't
think
Tom Holland just say, I want to do it?
he likes Uncharted. It's one of his
Yeah.
favorite games, and they're just like, give him the role.
This is
Despite
why it
the fact that he's not
immediately
great
got
for it.
released to Netflix upon its release.
Yeah, it was in movie theaters for less than a month.
Oh, so it did the Digimon thing?
Side note,
where it
Harlan-
just was on Netflix
Yeah.
and just got rid of it?
Harlan, you know
Oh,
in
no,
Uncharted
no,
the
it literally came out like just dropped on DVD. Netflix.
what's the old guy from Uncharted? 'Cause that's who
I don't
Mark
know
Wahlberg.
anything about
You know what I'm talking about,
Uncharted.
right? He's got the white hair. He's always with
I
him.
know nothing about Uncharted.
That's who Mark Wahlberg is playing. He's playing like a 60-year-old man
Yeah, fair enough.
and in his like 40s.
Uncharted's fine,
50s.
it's just not my game.
So what are we voting then? Because that and the Cuphead show's
Honestly,
clearly
all
out.
of these are pretty good.
All of these
Right?
are good.
All right,
Cyberpunk,
so let me throw it out. It's not Uncharted, not good. Cuphead show,
Just
fine,
no.
not great.
No.
No.
Arcane, good, but it's not going to be as good as Cyberpunk or Sonic 2.
I will say, well, I would argue Arcane and Cyberpunk are really close to each other.
Yeah, but I think
And Sonic 2 may just outlead it.
at least my personal bias to the art style and my personal interests in themes and all,
That's fair.
I'm going Cyberpunk over Arcane.
Yes.
And now the question is, do I think I like 12
So
episodes?
this is coming from a Sonic fan. But
Well, hang on, I'm not
Don't
done.
even try to. We all know your vote.
Well, hang on.
So don't even try to justify.
No, hang on.
It could be Cyberpunk.
Hang on. The question is, do I like what? Cyberpunk was 12 episodes, right?
Cyberpunk was around 12 episodes.
Okay, I would say it's 10 or 12. I can't remember. Do I like a 12-episode anime more than I like an hour-and-a-half movie? Because I don't like movies. I don't watch movies.
That's a fair
But I
point.
do like the Sonic movies, both of them. But I also think Sonic 1 is a better movie than Sonic 2 is, despite the fact that Sonic 2 is a really good movie.
I'm going to say, just because of the publicity, my vote's for Arcane. I like Cyberpunk. I like the theme of Cyberpunk. I'm even forcing myself to play Cyberpunk after their update.
Oh, I won't play the game. I just like the anime.
The game's fine. I think that you can only play it on a computer. Is the
So-
only bearable part, and even then there's frame rate issues.
I know my personal vote, but I'll let you go first.
I mean, mine is Cyberpunk just because I think Cyberpunk's just gonna win because it blew up the community of Cyberpunk.
I
to
think
the point
Sonic-
where-
I think Sonic's
Arcane
gonna
did
win.
the exact same.
Yeah, but League of Legends is already a larger community.
Yeah, League of Legends.
is.
is
So
already-
it's harder
But
to
it
notice
still
the
exploded
impact.
Because
Oh, yeah.
That
But it's
Sonic
hard-
series is still really good.
But it's harder to notice the impact. It's like when you have a bucket of water filled with 10 gallons.
you
Adding
say
another
that,
gallon
I
is
think
not...
You're just
not gonna-
nose blind to it because
No, it's just hard. I'm saying it's harder to notice the impact. Like, if you have a bucket of water with 10 gallons, adding another gallon of water to that, it doesn't look all that much larger. When you have a bucket with 1 gallon and you add another gallon, you go, oh, shit. That's like what I'm saying.
That's fair.
It was easier to notice... No, I'm saying it did it.
Where's my Cyberpunk Magic card, if that's the case?
Well, to be fair, this is newer, so give it like 2 months and we'll have those.
That's fair.
We'll,
But
we'll have those.
Arcane has a really good art style, and this is what a
Well-
lot of the players kind of wanted, was more lore-based stuff for it, so I think it's good. Cyberpunk has a really good theme. It just doesn't utilize its theme to its fullest potential until the
that's
anime
fair.
came out,
No, it's true.
which I think that just excited a lot of people that liked Cyberpunk for what it was. But it's like disturbing water that's already disturbed. Like,
Yeah,
Arcane
that's
was
fair.
prior disturbed, and like it threw a rock into a fucking puddle with Cyberpunk. Just like that's
So,
the uproar it got because people love that shit.
I'll say my personal vote in a bit. What do we think's going to win, though? Are we all split on this?
I think we're split.
I
It's
think we're
between
all
Sonic, Cyberpunk, or Arcane.
So you're saying Arcane's going to win.
I think Arcane has a really good chance just because of its community.
What do you... You're saying...
My opinion is Cyberpunk's gonna win.
I'm saying Sonic's going to win because that was massive.
True,
Although my personal vote is Cyberpunk.
true,
my
but
personal
everyone
vote is
saw a
also
Sonic
Cyberpunk.
movie coming. That's my argument. Like, what we had a Mario movie. People
Well,
love video game movies for the most part.
We had a Mario movie in what, 2000?
Yeah,
2000?
we're having another one.
Yeah, which came out after the success of the Sonic movie.
Yeah, which it's fine. I don't want the current actor for him.
Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt's not a good Mario.
No, he's not. He's a
No,
good.
he's not.
He's a good actor, but he's not a good Mario.
Bring back Mario's Dumpy.
I agree.
Mario's don't be.
Okay, here we go. Get ready. We got
Bring
some more.
back Caked Mario.
We got some more stuff we could talk about.
Yeah, we have to get through.
There's a
list.
few more that we're gonna. We got like 3 minutes, and there's 6 categories left.
All right,
5 categories left.
shoot.
Most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward.
All right,
Final Fantasy 16,
no,
Hogwarts Legacy,
maybe,
Resident Evil 4 remake,
no.
Starfield. That's the new
Maybe.
Bethesda
No.
game. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
Maybe.
I think Legend of Zelda. I think
Legend of
Zelda
Zelda is definitely.
or-
it's not Starfield. Let's start
No.
with that. It's
Star-
also not Hogwarts Legacy.
No, I'll argue Hogwarts has potential.
Yeah, but I
It has
don't.
very
I,
good
of winning,
potential.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
fair-
the game
fair point.
itself has the
It may
potential.
come second. It may
I don't
honestly
think-
just be Zelda.
I don't think it's going to be Final Fantasy. So the question is, does Zelda win just because it's a popular game, or does the
Zelda
Titan
just
of
wins
Resident Evil
'cause-
4 win? Because everyone got hyped for Resident Evil 2 remake, and then they got hyped for Resident Evil 3 remake, and now they're hyped for Resident Evil 4 remake.
That's actually a fair point. Resident Evil 4 is the popular one.
Right, like that's the big one of Resident Evil.
My vote's Resident 4.
My personal vote's Resident Evil 4.
My personal vote is Resident 4, just
I-
because
So
I
do,
like the Resident Evil games.
do we think that's going to win, though?
Yes.
No, I think Zelda's gonna win, sadly.
I still kind of think Zelda...
I'm thinking people have realized the Legend of Zelda games are kind of declining. Unless
That's
they
kinda
release
true.
Something good, but Resident Evil has a good chance. I'll say this would be the year that it does it because I don't recall seeing anything for the Legend of Zelda game other than just maybe a picture or two in the name. Where everyone loves Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, it's
Best
true.
Resident Evil.
Well, here we go, buddy. You're gonna like this category.
Let's go.
Best esports game for the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience.
Let's hear it, because the esports categories are weird.
Counter-Strike,
Okay, that's always there.
Dota 2,
Okay.
League of Legends,
Yeah, I expected
Rocket
that one.
League,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Valorant.
What the fuck?
That's the League of Legends Overwatch
Gotcha.
shooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overwatch Apex style shooter.
Yeah.
It's not Counter-Strike. It's not Dota 2 because Dota 2 is just
yeah,
worse
tho-
League of
those have
Legends.
always been
Yeah.
around. I don't think it will be League either. I
don't
think the
think-
only outlier would be
I don't think it's Rocket League.
no, it's not Rocket League.
So
What-
it's League or it's
other-
Valorant. Then it's
I
League or
think it's
Valorant.
Valorant.
Then.
Valorant's gonna win, and Valorant has my vote.
I'm saying League, man.
You know, I thought there was another category there. Y'all say League. For some reason, I thought there was another listing there for some reason in my head.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, we basically just said Riot Games win since they make both of those.
Yeah, Riot Games wins.
Riot Games
League's
wins this
fine. I
category.
like League so long as I have my own team I'm going in with because the community's trash to play with.
That is true. Best esports athlete. Get ready to know none of these people. Hey, I know one of these people.
All right, let's hear them so I can just not know.
Jeong Ji-hoon, who goes by Chovy.
How many of these people of our Eastern culture?
Almost none.
Yet you just gave me that. Did you confuse East and Western?
I think he
Oh,
did.
yes, I did.
Yes.
Most.
Gotcha.
Oh,
not
wait.
saying
No,
anything, but-
maybe.
Keep your ear
Yes. Lee
thinking caps on. Stereotypes are a thing because half of them are true.
Lee Sang Hyuk, I believe I said that right, who goes by Faker, and I only know him because he's a fighting game player.
I'll vote for him because he's a fighting game player.
I'm gonna check that right
I gotta
now.
rep my fighting game community.
It says he does League of Legends, but I was also pretty confident I think he's done fighting games.
I do like League. I need to get back into it. I just need a good team to play with. I hate the fact I play it, but I like the game.
It lists him as
League of Legends is one of those games I hate the fact I love it.
You know what we have to get back into?
What?
Wizard 101.
yeah, baby. It doesn't list that he does fighting games,
We
but
actually need to get back into Rock and Stone.
I was like fairly
Or
confident.
we actually need to get into it to begin with. It's a fun game.
It's a fun game. We
Um,
gotta get back into Monster Hunter.
Well, here
Dude,
we're
that's
running
an
out of
effort.
time, so we gotta
I
get back.
lost all my grease with that.
We run out of time. We gotta get back to this. Finn Anderson, who goes by Kerrigan, no clue.
Let's just. I want to say skip this.
Alexander Kostylev, who goes by Simple, and Jacob Whitaker, who goes by Yay.
I'm going by Faker. Give me Faker.
That's yep.
I'm
all right.
going Faker. I know Simple, and I know Kerrigan.
Best esports team.
With the exception of Michael, we don't watch esports
That's true.
players.
Best esports team,
I mean, I don't really. Kerrigan is a part of FaZe Clan.
which I don't even know what that is.
It's just a
FaZe
clan.
Rug,
It's
FaZe.
just
I
a
know
team
them
of
from G
players.
Fuel, and that's all I know them
Just
for.
a team of players. That's
So-
really all it is.
Best esports team, Dark Zero Esports for Apex Legends, FaZe Clan, there they are for CS:GO, Gen G for League of Legends, LA Thieves for Call of Duty, worst team name, and Loud for Valorant, worst team name.
I'm gonna just go with FaZe. 'Cause
Cool, they've got a G Fuel, that's all I know. Best esports coach.
Who
Who
cares?
gives
Why
Yes,
the fuck
this
is
is
there
what
a
this has
coach
become.
for
I'm not even reading their.
Sweat harder.
I'm not even
Treat
reading.
that G Fuel. Work that clicker finger.
I'm not even reading all their names. There's B1AD3, Bizka, I don't know. Doom Bros, Robin, and Score. Moving on.
I don't care.
Best esports event.
Gosh
Evo 2022.
I'm gonna say Evo. I like Evo.
It
a
won't
lot.
win, but it should.
No, it won't. It doesn't get nearly as much appreciation because people think they just throw TVs.
That's true. League of Legends World Championship 22.
Those are pretty good. I'll say I like the League of Legends. tournaments.
PGL Major Antwerp 2022.
I don't care.
The 2022 Mid-Season Invitational.
I don't care.
And Valorant Champions 2022.
I'm gonna say League of Legends.
League of Legends will
or
probably
Evo.
win.
I
Evo should
love.
win.
Evo has
Evo
such a
is-
rich culture behind there.
By the way, I just want to point this out. The rest of these all have pictures of their trophy, and Evo is a picture of two guys playing Tekken 7, Zafina against Geese Howard, and the crowd is going nuts.
Yeah, those guys are fucking machines. Yeah, I love this. Those guys are machines. I can't operate at the operating
If you
system
guys-
they're filing off.
If you guys like fighting games at all, watch Evo. It's really
Evo's
good.
Great.
That was all the categories.
You're legitimately watching two. You might as well be watching a actual Thai boxing tournament. Like it's
Straight up.
to
Amazing.
that level of like, just these guys have been playing so long they don't see graphics anymore. They see hitboxes.
That's true. You guys,
They're practically computers.
it's so amazing to see them do this.
And so long as no one's throwing a controller, because there were like 2 occasions
Dude.
I can remember
Yes.
where there's a guy that just whipped his like
We will-
GameCube controller around.
We will definitely do an Evo episode next to Evo. Evo's 23.
absolutely.
But
Wow.
dude, fucking this year at Evo, Melty Blood made it out of the bathroom. 90% of our audience doesn't get that joke.
Yeah,
You don't get that one?
I get it.
Okay.
I'm just Melty Blood's whatever.
I just find it so. I've been commenting that on someone's posts that I know personally. I just because they're a Melty Blood player, and I just keep going. Well, hey, how was the bathroom scene? And none of the rest of the people that
Do you
interact
want
with
to
me see it.
explain?
Yeah. So back in the day, back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, when fighting games had just gotten like decent sized tournaments, we weren't at like Evo size yet, but we were at decent tournaments.
Yeah, they would probably take up a high school coliseum.
Yes. So what was happening is they would have several like main stage tournaments, kind of like Evo. So they'd be, here's
I
your
say
Street
Coliseum, I
Fighter.
meant Gymnasium.
I was just letting it go because
Yeah.
I heard Coliseum. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna
I don't
pretend
know
like
what
I
I'm talking
do.
about either.
Yeah, they were like 1 to 2 rooms total, and there was maybe 500 people at most. Not a ton.
Yeah.
Most of the people there were playing in at least one of the things. So they held
They
like
had
a
airport TVs to operate on because they just have the best input.
yes. They were
Or,
these guys were like
not input. Sorry, frame lag. Like it has the. For some reason, these shitty little TVs that they got at an airport are the best
yeah.
to play on because they have the least amount of input lag from controller to system and like frame,
Yeah.
something like that.
We're
It's some weird
talking-
science.
we're
It's by
talking,
0.2
like-
seconds or something.
We're talking like Battle at the Bay, old school events. Like if anyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
That's like the predecessor to like Combo Breaker and Evo, which are the 2 big fighting game events now. So either way, they used to hold a few like main stage events. So you'd walk and you'd be like, "There's your Street Fighter, there's your Tekken, there's your Mortal Kombat, there's your King of Fighters,
Smash.
there's your Smash." Back when Smash Melee came out, and you'd see stuff like that. And then there would be smaller tournaments, and these smaller tournaments were still smaller, but they would still get like
This is
places around.
If you've ever been to a concert festival, like people in PA may remember Rockstar Fest.
Yeah.
I love Rockstar Fest. They'd have one like small show in the front, and then people would get ready for the big show in the back. That's
Yeah.
kind of like that. Just imagine them playing at the same time.
So yeah, there was a bunch of smaller tournaments that would go on, and these were for your games that hadn't taken off yet. This was for Guilty Gear, Killer Instinct,
Yeah, this would be a place where you would want to go to get your fighting game recognized.
Fatal Fury. Yeah, these were all like the ones that were still notable. People
Yeah.
like knew them, but they were smaller. Like Guilty Gear hadn't hit its big strides yet. And then there was never enough people for a Melty Blood tournament, despite the fact that Melty Blood was a thing. So frequently you would find all of the people that were doing the Melty Blood tournament, the like 4 to 5 people, in the bathroom, because that was the only place they had to set up their TV, and that was the joke. And you could find pictures of it. If you type in Melty Blood bathroom, it'll come up. You're not going to get horror stuff, trust me.
Yeah, considering the stigma it gets of a bunch of fat, sweaty people throwing TVs around because they're mad they lost a game.
There is this...
It's a really well set up tournament with little to no fighting.
You
at
could
all.
hear pro fighting game players, like big, huge names for fighting games, talk about how they used to like walk around at these events, and they'd be walking home or like walking to their hotel, and they'd pass the park bathroom, the public bathroom in the park where they set up their fucking TV.
Yeah, that was great.
And someone, they're like, "Yo, you want to join Melty Blood?" And the best part is that community was like so into it. Like they were making fun of it, but like they were so dedicated to Melty Blood.
a lot more than it probably should. I'm not. Super
They were
huge on
more
Melty Blood.
dedicated than like the Street Fighter players.
Yeah.
And there was because that's the audience. Those like those 5 to 6 people that were playing Melty Blood.
Said that.
There is this amazing picture.
I'd say that, but the only thing that could fight the dedication is that one guy who only plays Chun-Li for every street fighting tournament ever.
Do you mean Daigo?
Yeah. Dude got his own skin of Chun-Li with a wedding dress.
A few times he got a few skins.
Yeah. It's just...
Well, Daigo went down in history as one of the best Street Fighter players and fighting game
Absolutely.
players of all time.
He made Chun-Li in any of those games look amazing to play, regardless if Chun-Li wasn't particularly amazing that game.
That's true.
Which I don't think she's really had a bad...
She's never had a
rap.
bad one, but she's only been top tier a few times.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter 2 she was.
I remember Turbo, she was really good.
I think Street Fighter 3 she was another top tier, but I'm not 100%
Well, at
on
least
that.
in my opinion, she was good.
She was pretty good in 2, I believe, because that's I think where he got his career.
4, I don't remember.
She was decent, but I don't think she was
She was
top tier.
decent. 4, I only say that because I played Elena, which was the African chick.
Who became top tier only after the competitive scene died when people finally realized how good she was.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's great.
You know
I
the
love
healing
playing
stories?
with her. Vaguely.
So basically for Elena, everyone in Street Fighter 2 has 2 supers you can pick between, Super 1 and Super 2.
Yeah.
Elena's Super 1, I think, is like Rave Dance, where that's just her kicking and doing all that.
Yeah.
And Super 2 is healing, or it's backwards. 1 is healing and 2 is Rave Dance. Healing is what it sounds like. She stops, the camera like zooms in on her, and then she does a little pose and she gets a ton of life back. People found...
It's really gross.
Yeah, when she came out, she was considered bad because people were like, she's
Why would you ever
okay.
stop to heal?
Yeah, she's okay. She's fine. Street Fighter 5 comes out. It doesn't, the tournaments are still going for 4. After eventually when Street Fighter 5 gets to be really good, because it eventually got there.
Because it was the point where it was just kind of meh.
And then 4 stopped showing up at EVO and tournaments at all. That's when, like, the point when 4 stops its main tournaments and everyone learns, oh, Elena's good. Because they figured out that basically the strategy with Elena is you pick heal, you do a few jabs, heal all your life back, do a few jabs, heal all your life back, and then just run the clock out. And then once the time's out, your opponent has less life than you because you've been healing.
Yeah, I never picked that because I like the dance. I'm always...
Rave Dance is a really cool looking super.
Yeah, it's great.
Alright, we're gonna end here.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
next episode, we'll go back to Warhammer, which was supposed to be episode 4. So episode 5 will be
I
Warhammer.
will beef up on a lot of lore because I have a feeling I may be the one doing most of the talking.
What the?
Look, when it comes to lore, you got nothing down pat on me.
I don't know.
Lore,
Listen
we
to-
both are probably equal. In
You
terms
say
of
that.
certain
I've
facts.
listened
I don't
to
know shit about
200
the lore.
plus hours of 2 different podcasts talking about lore.
Yeah, I think he's got to beat. Even before that fact, I think he's got to beat.
I've read almost every single codex in terms of lore.
What about the novels?
Yeah, I think Harlan's got you there.
He's
That's
got
because
me
he's
on
the.
top
This is the guy
novels.
who sits here and he memorizes every letter in The Witcher, and then memorized every letter of the Witcher books.
Yeah, for the most part. Which I'll say, series overrated. She is a trash character.
She is.
I thought you said series,
No series.
like the TV series,
No,
and I was like,
Cirilla.
"What? You like that?"
Princess Cirilla.
No, I got it now. I just couldn't hear right.
We'll get into a rant about that. I like The Witcher. I like The Witcher games. TV
I like
series
Henry
is
Cavill.
okay.
So
Henry
yeah,
Cavill's awesome.
we're gonna get
Red
to
Pitt's
that.
going to season 3, but we'll get to that.
So
We see posts that comments is just like, hey, talk about Witcher after Warhammer. Sure, whatever. We'll talk about it.
yeah, start giving us suggestions. We're gonna keep going unless we see.
We'll do our best checking the
Suggestions.
comments. We're 3 busy people, so
And this has just started, so we're
Yeah, we're
likely not
just
to have a
starting.
ton. But hey,
I honestly don't expect much. people
like,
to
comment,
actually
subscribe, baby.
Please do, because if you do, it doesn't necessarily support us because there's nothing you're supporting right now. But you sharing our voices, if you like this type of commentary, it helps us. It encourages us to put out more, and who knows, we may actually put out actual content. Like,
and
we'll actually talk about stuff. Like, if you want to hear me talk about background history of Warhammer, I will.
like
We're gonna
just wanted
we're gonna get a fireplace, which none of us have right now.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna get a
I'll
fireplace.
practice crossing
We're
my
gonna-
legs by tucking my nuts into my ass just so I can be professional.
We're
for
going
that.
to have Harlan sit there with like a winter outfit and a scarf thrown
a
around
nice
him
dad cotton robe with a pipe.
while he has a glass of wine in like one of the.
No,
like,
it's got to be bourbon barrel whiskey.
I would say-
with a huge sphere rock in there.
Yeah.
I would say that works.
Yes.
So I was gonna say the wine while you have a monocle on, and then you're never gonna drink from it. It's just gonna sit there
and
while
you're
we
gonna be
hear.
holding the Warhammer Codex.
Yeah,
Oh,
as
no,
you
it has
like.
to be brandy. That's what it is. The brandy.
Yeah, there it
glass.
is. Yeah, as he never drinks from it, but he's gonna swirl it around every so often, take a
Here,
sniff,
we'll
and set it back
do
down.
That's it. I'm gonna cross my legs right now. Did you know orcs do not have hair, but their hair is actually hair squigs? Now you know. And I'll
Aggressively sniff it, but don't ever drink from the
Yeah.
brandy. Now go to sleep, children. For
Did
this
you
is
know purple is sneaky? Because have you ever seen a purple orc? That's what I thought.
save this for the Warhammer
Okay,
episode.
we're
We do have to wrap this.
Yeah, we do have to wrap.
So-
but
Next episode, Warhammer. Episode 5 is Warhammer, and then
guaranteed.
the episode after that, or maybe 2 after that, or possibly 3. It all depends on how many we record in the meantime.
Yeah.
We will come back to the Game Awards after they have. After it's aired, and we could talk about any announcements that were made, as well
That'll maybe
as.
be a mini episode, or we'll tack it on the beginning of another episode.
Well, yeah, we'll probably combine it with something else, but we'll look back. We'll see if we predicted correctly, and also we could talk about any announcements because there's likely to be trailers at this thing, which is another reason why I
Yeah,
hate these
yeah.
things.
There's
we
always
didn't,
trailers.
we didn't talk about why we hate the Game Awards. Maybe we'll combine that into that episode, or we just kind of go on a little tangent about why these things suck.
Oh yeah.
this-
we
not-
Game
not
Awards
Game
Part
Aw-
2.
Not Game Awards in general,
Excuse me.
Okay,
just the Game Awards, the ones we used for this.
Yeah.
we've got to wrap this.
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna wrap now. So if anyone's got any last things to say,
Well, I'm Harlan. Gamer tag is SwiftMane64.
Are you-
SWIFTMANE64.
On
You
Monday
can find
Street.
me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram.
gross. You still use Snapchat?
Huh?
Gross. You still use Snapchat?
Vaguely. I randomly check my stuff. I'll just be posting some update stuff on that channel of like what we'd be talking about, or random meme junk, really.
Follow us on Twitter. We'll have a Twitter page up for
Yeah, we'll have a
for
Twitter
round
page.
one fight.
Eventually, we'll have a Facebook and
Some other stuff.
Like, subscribe stuff on YouTube.
Keep in mind that you could listen to our podcasts on YouTube, Audible, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Amazon, and hopefully Spotify.
Yes.
Even though Ty forgot their name, so they won't take us now.
Hey, shut up. Maybe they will. We'll just bribe them.
Spoofy.
Please, Spotify.
All right. We'll see you all next episode.